Welcome to the Heart of Giving. This program is for one reason only, and that is to let you know about the people and the organizations in town that really give this city the hope and a soul. They're nonprofits. Nonprofits are organizations that are not to make profit, but to do service, to make our lives easier, to make our futures better, to take care of our children, the homeless, the helpless, the hungry, the addicted, the people that are in need. It's a wonderful thing, and that's really what Long Beach is all about. And today we have someone from one of the big organizations in town. It's been here since 1972, and that's Robert Prost from the Long Beach Rescue Mission. So Robert, welcome. We're glad that you're here.
Beverly, thank you for having me.
Yeah, and you are the interim CEO of the Rescue Mission.
That's correct.
And tell me how long you've been there and why are you interim now and all of this.
Okay, I've been at the Long Beach Rescue Mission now for 5 years. I've been the interim CEO for 7 months. This is my third rescue mission. I was part of one in Albuquerque, New Mexico called Joy Junction, and also Visalia, California called the Visalia Rescue Mission.
Oh, is that right? So 5 years ago you were new to Long Beach?
Well, actually, I came home. I was born and raised in Manhattan Beach.
I see.
So I'm a native Californian from Southern California, and I thought I was through with rescue mission work, and I came back to my hometown, and Lord and behold, an opportunity opened up for me, and I found myself at the Long Beach Rescue Mission.
That's marvelous.
Doing what
Very
I love.
good.
Yeah.
And so you've been in rescue missions for
going on 12 years.
Is that right?
Yes.
So you've seen a lot of things that need.
A lot of needs, a lot of heartbreaking stories, but a lot of real successful, wonderful things as well.
But you see every day.
Every day.
Every day something that is helpful.
Every day I see something helpful, absolutely.
And before you talk about Long Beach, are they the same, the three that you've been in, the rescue missions?
You know what, they're that's almost an oxymoron. We could say they're the same but different.
Well, they have the same mission.
Yeah, absolutely. Bringing hope and restoration through, for the hurting, the lost, the broken.
Well, now Long Beach Rescue Mission is 1972. It's had several directors, but the mission has always remained the same. But I know they've added programs and not just have a kitchen for those that were hungry, but that gave them hope and a future. And start with telling us first about the Hungry program.
Okay, yes, we feed close to 200,000 people per year. We do breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh, all three?
Yes, all three. And actually, we do 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and 2 dinners because our programs are growing so big that we have an in-house program, a residential program, and we also have a community. So we'll have a in-house breakfast.
The in-house is for those that are residents or those that are staying there more than one night.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And the other is for
the community and just people that need help or need a meal.
Okay. And you have your own kitchens? Do you do your own cooking? And
we do all our own cooking. Yeah, that kitchen just goes off. There's all kinds of stuff going on in there every single day. You won't even be surprised of what all takes place to provide feeding 200 meals per seating.
Per meal,
per meal, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Wow.
A lot takes place just to organize it and provide it. Yes.
And the food that you have, do you have to buy the food or is the food provided for you?
You know what? Basically, most of the food is donated. We just finished just a wonderful food drive through the post offices in the whole Long Beach, greater Long Beach community here. And we do a food drive, and then we do that once a year, and that's the biggest donation of food we receive. And also sometimes if something comes up and we're short, we'll have to purchase.
Okay, now the step that came after the hunger program was the residential. Now, tell me about that. Do people stay one night? Do they stay 2 nights? They spend a month? Tell me.
Well, you know, first of all, yes. When people come through our doors, they're lost, broken, and just looking for something. And we provide meals, shelter, and clothing as well. But what happens is you can't just feed somebody, then turn them back on the street, and then they're lost again, and you're not really helping the situation. And as we grow in society, we learn that there's better ways of helping people, getting to the bigger issues. You know, most of the people that come through our doors, there's deeper issues within them, struggling from something, whether it's a drug addiction or alcoholism or just abandonment issues, or different things in their lives. And so you want to get to the issues, the deeper issues within that, maybe why they might feel like they're alone, or feel like they're worthless, or things like that. So we come up with a spiritual program. We call it our New Life program. It's a 1-year residential program. And well, let me tell you just a little bit about that. The 1-year New Life program, it's a residential, so you receive curriculum, educational curriculum. If you don't have a GED, you can get your GED. We have different classes that we provide, so it's really studies, 4-hour studies, 5 days a week, along with work therapy.
Now, a lot of people don't want that.
You know what? It's funny because when somebody wants to change, when they really want to change,
yeah, you get them at that time.
Well, that's the best time to get them, when they're ready for a change, and you have to want that, because sometimes people come through the door and they're out of options, and I always say sometimes when your last option could be your best option. So if you're at that state, we're willing to trust something, and that's why I say come in with an open mind and an open heart, and just follow the process and see what takes place. There's an old saying, try it for a year, and if you're not happy, we'll give you back your miserable life. And it's kind of it's a saying in recovery, but that's what happens. People they can't do it alone.
How big is this program?
We started 5 years ago. When I came in, it was 6. There were 6 people in it. Right now we have close to 40. We average around 40. But part of that, it's created a bridge program, and a bridge program is for graduates of the 1-year program. So after a year, after they graduate the year program, they have the opportunity to go seek employment, and then the bridge program can be another year, up to 18 months. As long as you're doing healthy things, and you can, if you get a job, you save your money, save 80% of your income. So by the time you move out, you have enough to pay for the last month's rent.
Well, probably the need is greater than just for 40.
Oh yeah, but and we're slowly. We also have what we call a case management program, and that's a 90-day program where people come in and they commit to 90 days, but what they do is they use our facility, they shower, they eat there, and they have a place to stay at night, and they have a case manager that tracks them, that checks in with them, once every 2 weeks to make sure that they're doing the things they're supposed to be doing.
And are they in the 40, counted in the 40?
No.
Oh, they're in addition?
Yeah, they're in addition. We house 128 people in our men's facility, but we also have a women's facility that's modeled just like the men's facility.
Okay, that sounds, so you have a facility for 1 or 2 nights? In addition to the 40-day.
No, we have the 40. Yeah, it's okay.
Explain this to me.
Okay, we have a program right now where we have it's a year residential for 40 people for a year.
Okay.
And then after the year, if they're doing the right things, then they have what we call the bridge program. And the bridge program, they can stay there for another 18 months.
And then you also have one for women.
Yes. Yes, but we also have with both, and both programs are modeled after each other. They're pretty much the same, except for the emergency shelter for the women's a little bit different because we assess them a little bit different.
So, how many lives did you touch?
How many lives do we touch? Well, we have 128 men that stay the night at our mission every single night. Our numbers remain high. And we have 53 women and children who stay in our women's facility. And I believe we touch every person who comes to the door.
Absolutely.
And the reason is because we have there's an environment that's set. So when you walk through the doors, people know this is a place of people trying to get, not only that, but trying to get their lives together. What I mean by that, the stuff that you're doing out on the streets is not going to go on inside the mission, because this is a place where you get away from that stuff and start working on yourself.
Well, I was going to ask you about some of your success stories because I love knowing individually what how it has impacted someone. But you know, the time is almost over, and I just want to know one story.
Okay. Okay. You know,
It has to be short because we're running out of time.
God, the time went by quick. There was a young man who came over with his family from Mexico, and his mom left the family when he was very young, and then his dad was dealing with alcoholism.
And he had children.
And he had children. And then his dad had also had some mental health issues as well. After he, when the young man was 18 years, just turned 18, his dad became homeless, and he ended up, his last year, he couldn't take care of his kids, so he was in high school. He was attending a Long Beach high school here, and he lived at the Mission.
So, but tell me the end of it now, because we
okay.
That's all.
So anyways, he graduated. We attended his graduation.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He ended up coming into our program. He's doing really well now.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
but he's gone through.
He's went through a really hard time, but he stayed the course. But he had a place like us that could be there for him.
His net.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank you
Barbara.
for having me.
It's nice to talk with you. And please come back for our next segment.
Hi, I'm Judy Ross. I'm the Executive Director of the Long Beach Nonprofit Partnership. And we are so delighted to be partnering with Beverly O'Neill and PadNet, our new public access television network, with the Heart of Giving. This is an opportunity to really showcase our wonderful nonprofits in our community. The Long Beach Nonprofit Partnership helps nonprofits become strong and sustainable.
Welcome back to the Heart of Giving. We have another special segment for you right now. It's called Precious Lamb. It's an organization that I don't think most of you have heard about. And with us we have Leilani Jones. And I was just talking with her, and Leilani Jones just got married. And she married Scott Jones, who is with the We Love Long Beach, kind of the leader of the group. So congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
The organization she heads, Precious Lamb, is about children, preschool age children. And she's going to tell you more about it, and it's very heartwarming. Nice to have you, Leilani.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. Now tell us what Precious Lamb is. What's your mission?
Our mission is breaking the cycle of homelessness one child at a time. So we provide free preschool for children ages 3 to 5, a full day quality preschool so that the moms can go to
This is for homeless?
For homeless children. So our children are living in shelters, treatment centers, sober livings in the city, and we partner with those programs while the moms are going to rehab and counseling and job training.
And you work with these other shelters to bring these children in. And what age are they?
Our children are ages 3 to 5. So they're preschool.
And what do you do? Do you have a space for them? Do you have a preschool for them? Tell us about the preschool.
Sure. We are actually located in downtown Long Beach. When it was founded in '99, it took us years to find a location, and a downtown location opened their doors. We're renting a classroom now and renting an office. It's a perfect location because it's near programs in the city, it's near bus routes, and we just actually finished construction of a second classroom so that we can serve 2-year-olds. So then the ages that we'll be able to have at the preschool will be 2 to 5, so that siblings can be together and more moms can be helped in the city.
So you're dealing with children, preschool age children, whose mothers have problems they need to work out. Are you dealing with children that aren't with their mothers?
No. A lot of the children that we do work with were just reunited with their moms from foster care. So a lot of them are reunited, are living in a shelter, and so they're figuring out how to be together as well as the moms trying to figure out what they need to do to get on their feet. So our preschool is special because a lot of our children have very tough backgrounds due to domestic violence and substance abuse and foster care and those types of things that are hard for little children to deal with.
Absolutely.
So
you the children you have come from tumultuous backgrounds.
They do.
in one way or another.
They do.
And there hasn't been a stability in their life.
No, and that's why, Precious Lamb was founded, is to give them a consistent, loving place and a fun place to learn. A lot of statistics say that when children are homeless, there are developmental delays. And so besides, giving them the academic structure, we also want to support them socially and emotionally, and helping them with their anger, helping them with their sadness, and transitioning into life with their mom, or transitioning into a shelter. Mm-hmm. And so we have a special 1-to-4 ratio, meaning we've got one teacher for every 4 kids, which is very small.
Absolutely.
But that's so that we could really love these kids, give them one-on-one attention. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they come with behaviors that would shock you. Mm-hmm. I've had kids bite me, I've had kids threaten me before, and
they say bad words.
They say a lot of bad words. And so part of the one-on-one is to, teach them how to deal with their anger, and how to use, kind words, and make good choices rather than, using their fist to, which is a lot of them have been exposed
or hollering at each other.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's a wonderful time to get them. Wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful
think
age.
that early
to work with
intervention.
them.
Mm-hmm.
And how long do they stay?
Average length of stay is just a few months, due to different, their programs. If they're able to stay in their program much longer. And we've had kids there for 2 years, which has been wonderful, because then you can see the progress of the mom, you can see the progress of the child. But the reality of homelessness is it's a very transient community. And so we serve 15 children at a time, but because kids are coming and going all the time, we're serving 30 to 40 families a year just in that one classroom. Mm-hmm. So kids are coming and going every other week.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have anything to do with what the mother is doing, but are the mothers trying to get the stability and maybe parenting classes even, so that they know how to handle a child of this age?
Yeah, actually when we first started, we just had our preschool classroom, and then in getting to know the families, learning the mom stories and hearing that their backgrounds were tumultuous as well, and giving them, basic skills that they never were taught, they never were around. And so we started a parenting program in 3 local shelters. It was a monthly class to teach the moms, basic skills. We also have a mentoring program right now, where we have a monthly breakfast club where we get the women together and we have breakfast and do an activity, and we're just trying to build connection. Yeah, because a lot of them don't have healthy support systems. And so trying to build a supportive community around them as they try to make good choices and try to get on their feet. So that's been amazing to see the moms as well transform their lives for their whole family.
Absolutely. Well, this is so necessary, and I think that that stability of knowing where they can go, and it's going to be the same as yesterday, and people are going to be nice to them. Do you use volunteers, or is it just teachers?
We do. We have teachers and volunteers. We've got a weekly volunteer every day, so it's a different volunteer throughout the week that's consistent. We have 2 male volunteers right now, which is wonderful because these kids need positive role models. And then we have events throughout the year where we use volunteers as far as special events for the kids, Christmas, Mother's Day. For the mentoring program, we could use volunteers for childcare. We have volunteers do their own fundraisers and things like that to really wrap around the children. And so, we definitely depend a lot on a great volunteer base that are extra people to just love these kids and support the families.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Tell me a success story.
Sure.
I always love to hear, something that's happened that's just made you feel so proud.
Yeah. I was just with a mom a few weeks ago. She actually started at Precious Lamb about 6 years ago. She was at a program locally, a rehab program, and then moved into transitional housing. When she moved into transitional housing, she just got her kids back from foster care. And so her children actually started at Precious Lamb, and when they first started,
they were both preteen or preschool.
Preschool. One was very angry because in his foster home he was abused, and so just came with a lot of anger, a lot of behavioral issues. She had to go to school full time. That was part of the stipulation at staying in her transitional housing. And because of the one-on-one attention that he received, she was telling the story of how he changed and how he started to be kind and he started to heal as they built the relationship together, living together, but also having this place of stability and love and nurturing and consistency at the school. And then she actually is still in school. She got to transition into an apartment, and we actually helped her get some furniture, helped move her in. I was in her house a few weeks ago having breakfast, and just to think she went from a shelter, and actually there was a point where she was in a motel for a few weeks where we were bringing them dinner, to now being in her own home, and she's helping serve breakfast, and she's going to be graduating in about a semester with her degree in human services, because she wants to help kids that went through her situation. She grew up in foster care and
she
substance
has her children
abuse.
with her now.
She has
and
her
has
children
had them.
now. They're
Yeah.
flourishing in school. She's got a beautiful apartment. She's exercising. She's making healthy choices. She's sober. I mean, she's very proud of herself, and
Oh,
she should be. She's done
Absolutely.
an amazing job.
Absolutely.
So that's been fun to just walk with her and eventually become friends. I hope to be part
Watch
of
her
her
for a long
life.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, as friends for years. So.
And is there room for more if more people needed you? Are you constantly growing and looking for changes? Or?
We are. We actually, like I said, we are in the midst of trying to open a second classroom. We've got the classroom for 3 to 5 year olds. We just finished construction on a classroom that will be license ready for 2 year olds. And so we hope to be able to, in a few months, be able to open it and take their siblings. And I have a lot of programs.
Have a waiting list?
Yeah, I have programs that call all the time and ask, do you take I have a mom that just moved in. Can you take, this child? And when they're 2, I can't. And so that was one of the reasons we pushed to open this room, so that we can actually say yes to these families and to these programs, and these moms can really focus on, school or rehab and things like that.
So you see good things happening every day?
We do, and we see bad things as well. It's very
course.
challenging, but it's the good things that keep us going, and keep us hopeful, that a lot of, transformation and change actually takes a lot of time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we're trying to keep in relationship. Even after they've left Precious Land, we try to be in relationship with them and have events throughout the year to reconnect and reunite, to try to still support them where they're at.
Well, that's wonderful, Leilani. How long have you been with them? I forgot.
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate this wonderful program that
Thank you.
should be bigger, and I know that you depend on fundraisers and you depend on people that are interested in giving and also that want to volunteer.
Yes.
So thank you very much. We're delighted to know
Thank you.
more about Precious Lamb.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
And thank you very much for being here with us. And I think that today has been a very special day in the needs of our community and the people that are taking care of them. Thank you very much.